Hello again, everybody. This is Rob, and you have got it on GearWire.com. We are taking a look again at the Reaper digital audio workstation from the Cockos Corporation. Right now, we are going to take a good look at the plugin environment for the popular VST and DX platforms of plugins. Reaper is sufficiently advanced that it has separate environments conceptually, internally, for both of these types of plugins. And as a result, provides user interface setting opportunities to affect how these environments actually are set and how your plugin experience actually unfolds. So let's take a look at these, and we can do this by either typing Control P or clicking Preferences under Options and getting ourselves over to the plugins menu option here. We can select DirectX, and we can see that there are a couple of buttons that you would expect: scanning for new plugs and rescanning all of your plugs. We have the ability to completely shut off DX processing, which if you don't have any DX available on your system in the first place, you will appreciate the few extra ticks that you can get back out of your CPU as a result of that. You can scan for the DX plugins on startup, which isn't required. And that is very nice, because there are many situations in other digital audio workstations where you get taken on a plugin scan, whether you like it or not, and Reaper gives you the opportunity there to have some control over that. Then you can also disable DX plugins scanning entirely right here. Moving on from DirectX to VST, here we see a variation and really an expansion on a fairly familiar window that you will probably recognize from lots of different digital audio workstations. You can add separate paths for Reaper to actually look for VST plugins, and that's a common requirement. If you have, because it's very often your VST plugins are going to be located in different directories on your workstation. And so if you have multiple directories, what you need to do is type them in here and just go ahead and add them. And then you would click the Add button for each separate directory and redo that each time. You can clear the cache and rescan, and rescan as well. Now, the things that you can tell the things that you can tell Reaper to do extend a little bit more into a more flexible area than other DAWs. You can actually turn off the ability to get the normal behavior of getting the plugin names and types when scanning, which is a helpful switch to have if you are running some VST plugins that don't properly report their name or their type, and as a result can slow down the scan or even interrupt things completely. You can also turn off the ability to save the whole plugin state if it's supported, but of course you generally want that actually to be turned on. You could also save the plugin state as a bank, which has the config data, and some plugins actually require this. So you can see that Reaper's development history has gone against a lot of real-world plugins, and we are seeing some options that will help the greatest number of users benefit from that experience. You can also have the system avoid restoring the VST state on undo and redo if the VST actually supports that. Again, this is a switch that will whether or not you want this switch turned on largely depends on the kind of plugins that you're running. If you find that plugin performance is not what you expected it to be from a particular plugin, and the latency is much higher than you like, you have the opportunity to, again, reduce some of the processing particular to plugins across the entire Reaper DAW by hitting this switch. And you have the ability to have the default VST configuration window be generic instead of the actual plugin's user interface. Again, that will lighten up the resource load on the machine that you're running Reaper on. And then the VST knobs themselves, the behavior of the knobs is also changeable globally in Reaper, where you can have your default, you can have your knobs behave in a circular pattern or circular, relative, or linear. Both of these involve the difference between mousing left and right, turning your knob left or right, or mousing up and requiring you to mouse up and down in order to affect a change. You also have various compatibility options, and some of these get so specific as to call out specific plugins such as UIDs here, UID synchronous mode here. And one of the interesting things about Reaper's development history is that you will see this as Reaper continues to publish updates to its product. This list tends to get a little bit longer, but it is not quite so long as to overwhelm you. So that is the plugin environment in Reaper for DirectX and for VST. Keep it on GearWire for more tutorial screencast videos. Thanks a lot.